This episode brought to you by Taco Bell. Stop lying. You know you love this shit. Taco Bell.
Beginning ODO podcast in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to the ODO podcast, where normal is not my specialty. I am your host, as always, the up entirely too late at this time, Adam Higgins, the Odd Dad Out. You can find me at odddadoutpodcast.com and at all the social places at Odd Dad Out. I don't know why I fumbled over that. And this is the show where I ramble and rant and empty out my brain garbage shit and for you to peek inside whatever shit is going on with me. Because for some reason you find me interesting enough to have pushed play. So thanks. So I think this is going to be one of those, like, yeah, I realize that I just got back to doing normal format shit and the randomness that is my brain. If you've, God, fuck, it's late. Honestly, pulling back the curtain, I honestly really considered not doing the show this week. And primarily because I'm tired. Primarily because scatterbrained, as if me being scatterbrained has ever really stopped me from recording. But I was just like, I couldn't get my thoughts together, and to a point where I don't know where to start, which, if it's not painfully obvious right now, this is vamping. But I had some stuff I wanted to talk about, and I was like, well, that's kind of sad. And that's kind of, like, I'm avoiding garden stuff because I don't want to turn into the garden show. I don't need to, like, pull up some butterflies and bird sound. Do butterflies have sound effects? I don't know. Some, like, bird chirping and a creek running in the background. This is the Garden Hour with Adam, the Odd Dad Out. We're gonna be churning some compost today. Isn't it just lovely? Don't you just love that earthy smell of some fresh compost? Isn't just delightful? Yeah, I'm not turning the show into that, and I didn't want to become that. And I'm trying to avoid talking about the garden, even though that does take up a lot of my time right now. Really, my days are, every day I have to go out there to do something, whether it's, checking on the fact that my strawberries got eaten by fucking crickets or some bullshit, or I've got pumpkins coming up and I've got to make sure my pumpkin blossoms are getting pollinated right so I actually get pumpkins, or I'm putting out straw and making compost and doing all the things. And my wife is getting really annoyed because I'm sitting there scrolling through and looking at compost tumblers on Amazon and at Tractor Supply, and I'm going to Tractor Supply and all this stuff for the garden and looking at all this different stuff, to the point where she started getting, and I've sent her links to composters. Hey, what do you think about this one? And all this stuff. So now she's getting ads for composters in, like, her Facebook and Instagram feeds. She's getting so mad at me. I said that I get, like, when I do this shit, I get kind of all in on it. So sorry. But yeah, that's just kind of where I am. I spend a lot of time in the garden, and she's been giving me so much shit about my tan because I'm getting so fucking dark right now. And it's just me in the summer. And I spend a lot of time outside. I'm probably outside in the yard, and it's like 100 fucking degrees. It's 100 is a cool day. It's like, we've been in the 110s for the last week, I guess. Yeah, somewhere around 110. And she saw an article or something and said that Phoenix is going to be hotter than Death Valley this week. Like, yeah, woo, bragging rights. Used to it, sorry. But yeah, so I'm outside probably like an hour every day, either doing garden stuff or just out there with the boys playing frisbee or throwing a football around or whatever. Because contrary to my lack of interest in sports, I can throw a football. And the boys, appreciate that I'm out there playing whatever with them, because for whatever reason, when you have three brothers, you aren't interested in playing with your brothers. You're interested in playing with dad. And the boys do not give two shits about playing with me, with each other, doing the exact same shit. They won't sit there and throw a frisbee across the yard to each other. They won't throw a football to each other unless I'm there. I don't know. And I guess, I guess it's nice that they want me to participate and they want me to be there and do stuff with them. But at the same time, it's fucking annoying. You guys have built-in games. You have built-in playmates. We're all doing this. Me makes it an odd number. Then it suddenly becomes I'm going to be on dad's team. I'm like, no, you're not. Get the fuck over there. I'll be here. Y'all be over there. But so on the one hand, it's it's cool that they want to include me and they want me to play games with them and they want to play with me. At the same time, I don't want to go outside and play frisbee. I'd much rather go inside and take a nap. But that's just me being old and wanting to take a nap. And lately, I've been getting back into some video games and stuff like that. And as I started playing, it's an old ass game, and I didn't realize how old it was, and the fact that it was actually a video game series of all things. So backtrack, I guess it was last summer, when we were on vacation, we brought home a ton of my brother-in-law's old video games. And so it was like a bunch of Xbox games because I don't even remember why. I think maybe he bricked his Xbox or he got a new one or something. I don't remember what, but they ended up giving us a bunch of his old Xbox games. And one of them that I grabbed was Overlord. I didn't know what this game was. A bunch of them, I grabbed some Lord of the Rings shit. I grabbed some Mortal Kombat shit. A lot of stuff. And basically the only stuff I left out was like Call of Duty type stuff, first person shooters. Not my thing. I'm not a fan of those type of games. I've mentioned it before. Meh. Not my thing. But fantasy and swords and shit like magic and bullshit like that, that's fun to me. And so I'm like, I grabbed this game. No clue what the fuck it was. And I was like, let me play something different. I just had a day where it's like, I want to play a video game. And so I grabbed this. And I guess the premise, if you've never played Overlord, the premise is that you're this resurrected undead overlord of evil whatever. And you have these armies of little minion demon gremlin things at your disposal to do evil. And you're supposed to be kind of, rebuilding this evil world and controlling and blah, 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 and conquering and do all the shit. And it's kind of funny because as you're playing the main, and you have to, I guess you say that you're the protagonist, you're the hero, but all of the bad guys that you fight in this game are the heroes. So they're like heroes who've become corrupted with their power. So the ones that went out and slayed the dragon and got so famous and powerful that they just got fat and lazy and their hero-ness corrupted them and turned them, they're basically evil. And so you, as trying to be the top evil ruler, have to eliminate these evil people, even though their evil came from a place of good. And it's a lot more complicated when I'm trying to explain it. Basically, your big evil boss just trying to conquer the world, and there's other people that are in your way. The end. Simple enough. But you've got all these fucking little gremlin things that you control, and as I'm sitting here playing this game, the boys are sitting there yelling at me, getting mad at me, why won't you just kill something? Why won't you just go fight them yourself? Why can't you jump? And they're like, I'm the boss. I'm the evil overlord, quotes. That's what I have minions for. As you're just throwing wave after wave of these little fucking gremlin things out at whatever. And you're going slaughtering sheep and destroying farms and doing all this stuff. Meanwhile, when the people from the village need help because there's some monster over there that's destroying their farmland, or burning their town, or there's a castle has been overrun by halflings and you have to stop them, then suddenly you saved the town. And so like it's you have to balance do we like do the good thing and save the town, because now you have followers and worshipers and people to do your bidding, or do you kill everybody because evil? And so you've got to balance that whole, like, I'm supposed to be evil, so I'm going to destroy the town and burn everything down and kill all the townspeople, or have people worship me and bring the world together in my evil and all that. And so it's a weird thing. But all of these little weird gremlin things that have different powers and fire powers and water powers and all the different shit. So it's just a weird game. And as I was sitting there looking up stuff on this game, I come to find out there's like 3 of these things. I was like, really? There's more of this? This wasn't like some weird one-off game and everyone's like, oh my God, that was dumb, and it just faded into obscurity. No, apparently there was a series. So apparently people liked playing the bad guy, I guess. And is he the bad guy? I don't know. Because it is also one of those games with multiple endings, because depending on, did you burn the town down and kill all the people, or did you save the people from the other bad guys and just be the least evil of the bad guys, and evil ruled throughout the domain, but it was your kind of evil, so it's okay. I don't know. But there's like multiple endings depending on how evil you played the game. So I don't know. It's a thing. I don't know how much more I'm going to play of it. I've also unfortunately gotten myself hooked on one of those Angry Birds spin-off games, the bubble, what's it saying, where you like pop the bubbles and then you bring this. Yeah. Angry Birds fucking games, because apparently the people who make Angry Birds just know how to make addictive bullshit fucking mobile games. Motherfuckers. But on a plus side, I stopped playing Best Fiends. Some. That's it. I think I had 100-day streak of Best Fiends, because every day you would get the little, it's like, oh, here's a little bonus thing for playing. Just basically you fucking open the game and it would say, oh, look, today, here's your bonus for today. I had like 100-day streak on Best Fiends, and I finally stopped, mostly because on Best Fiends there was an ad for this Angry Birds bubble thing, and I was like, oh, fuck it, I'll try this Angry Birds bubble thing, which was actually mostly just to put another game on my phone for the boys to maybe play. But yeah. And then there's that. But I've only been playing it for like a week, and it's fun, and it's because it's just one of those silly little bubble popping puzzle game things. But, you know, that's what happens. That's what these fucking mobile games are. They get you hooked. And I find it so funny that there's so many of these mobile games have ads in them for other mobile games that aren't produced by the same company. And it's not like, you know, hey, you're getting an ad for 50 other Angry Birds varieties in the Angry Birds game. No, you're getting ads for fucking, just these, I don't even know, like, there's so many other fucking stupid mobile games, or all those ones where they're, solve the puzzle. And I remember seeing a thing where like, it's like Puzzle Quest or some shit, and where like you have the little soldier guy and you have the fire, and you've got to, move this lever here and move this thing to, you're either going to save the hero or he's going to escape, or some, fix the little maze puzzle bullshit. And I remember seeing, like, when you click the link, if you ever accidentally clicked the link in the little ad and you look and scroll down to the comments for those games, most of them actually say, this game has nothing to do with the ad. I wanted to download a game about, doing puzzles with dragons and knights and whatever. And this was just a bunch of trivia, or this was a bunch of other bullshit, and none of this is actually in the game. And like, to the point where people actually made game, like basically took what was supposed to be the games that those ads were, because none of those ads delivered on that actual game. It was all a big bait and switch or whatever. And like, and so you'd see at the top, this is actually the game you're looking for, not the one that the ad said. It's really like that people got so mad they made the game that the ads were promising because that game didn't actually exist. So those were, I remember seeing that and it was just so funny to me. But yeah, fuck mobile games. Goddamn. They're so annoying. So I'm sure you're curious about the Taco Bell thing at the beginning. That's just something I thought was pretty funny because, okay, I'm a goofball and I'm a clown. But honestly, for a while, I've wanted to do something silly and have like dumb parody ads. And in part, it's a little piece of Night Vale and a little piece of Mike Jolitz, because Mike Jolitz would make fake ads for his show. But the thing about Mike is Mike has well, let's just say, toilet humor is his forte. And so most of them are not the kind of jokes I do. I don't work in toilet humor. I don't. And so some people are great there. I'm not. It's just not where I'm at. But if you are somebody who's listened to Welcome to Night Vale, you know that they've always done these ads where they'll take a real company, but have this really weird out there fucking ad. And a lot of the time it has no bearing on it whatsoever. And so I'm somewhere in between, just a silly, stupid ad, just happening to use a real product name. And hopefully I don't get sued or anything. But come on, it's funny. Because come on, you know, you fucking like that fucking Taco Bell. Okay. Just saying. You lie, you deny it. Everybody fucking says they hate Taco Bell. Everybody shits on fucking Taco Bell. But you know what? They wouldn't still be around if as many people who shit on Taco Bell didn't eat there. Because that's everybody shits on Taco Bell, but you know what? They're still around. They're still a bajillion dollar fucking company. They wouldn't still be there if all you people weren't lying and fucking still going there. So just saying, okay? Good. Liars. Just fucking admit it. That's a ad. Taco Bell. Just fucking admit you eat here. I know I'm all over the place tonight. Like I said, I really wasn't going to do a show. I wasn't going to do anything because I'm so scatterbrained tonight of anything. And like I said, there was some stuff I was like, hey, I could talk about this. And I was like, but that's really kind of a meh. That's kind of a sad, mopey kind of thing. And I try to keep things silly and fun here. I'm trying to get more into the fun, silly goofiness of it because that's what I'm like. If I had to say I have a goal for the show, it's to make you laugh. That's it. That's the purpose of the news. That's the purpose of most of the bullshit. My goal is to laugh to make you laugh and entertain you. I'm not here to, occasionally I teach you some bullshit because I'll randomly say something intelligent, or I might empty out some useless piece of knowledge that I have that, hey, now you've just learned a new thing. But for the most part, my job here is to entertain you. My job here is to make you laugh because I am just some stupid bobble-headed clown in Phoenix. Because I can't apparently say Phoenix. I'm some schmuck who out in the suburbs to the suburbs of Phoenix who just wants to entertain you. And yeah, that's it. That's what I do. I'm a clown. I'm a performer for your listening pleasure. I don't know what that voice is, but I'm just going to go with it. Yeah. I don't know. There's more of that. And there's stuff like that I want to do more silly stuff. I want to be more silly. And maybe I'll end up fucking reformatting the show again and just being silly and just rambling and ranting again and doing silly shit and just going off of whatever. Jump back in the early days, like single digit episode days where I started with a new story that just, snowballed my train of thought. I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do. Because on one hand, I like talking about whatever the fuck's going on with me. On one hand, I like bullshitting from the news, but that's a lot of work. And the more work I do, the more work I need to do to come up with things to talk about for the show. That means there's more work on the back end that I have to do. And when I'm doing this at 2 a.m, that's a lot later that I'm up. And so, yeah, it complicates the show and it makes it longer. And I don't know if you like the show being longer or shorter or whatever. You don't tell me anything. So you gotta tell me. You gotta reach out to me, hit me up on the socials, you know, at Odd Dad Out, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Go to the fucking website somewhere. Send me a message saying, I like the shows longer. I like the shows shorter. I want more of the news. I want more of this. Hey, can you talk about this? More gardening hour. I don't fucking, what? Tell me. Because that's the thing about this show. And you, my devoted oddballs, is that you guys are a very small microcosm of weird that you guys listen to me. and you share in my weirdness, but you stay very quiet, and that's fine. Okay. I'm right after saying, you gotta talk to me, you gotta reach out to me, whiny, bitch. I'm the same way, so I can't really bitch. I can't say, oh, you need to tell me, you need to reach out to me more, which would be great. It would be, but I'm also that same asshole. I'm the guy who sits there and am subscribed to 90 something fucking podcasts, and I don't reach out to them. I don't do a lot of reviews for podcasts. I really don't. I just don't. It's work, and it's going out of my way. And I think this is why most people don't leave reviews for podcasts. And that's why if you look at a lot of reviews for a lot of indie podcasts, most of those reviews are left by other podcasters. And so, putting on my podcast consultant hat real quick, reviews on podcasts for especially like iTunes, Apple reviews are bullshit. They're complete bullshit because, one, you can buy them. Two, most of them are bullshit because they're other podcasters or your friends leaving them for you just to fucking stroke your ego or just to suck up to you. That's really it. Because 90% of the reviews I have, and I think I have maybe 15 or 16, are from my friends. Really. They're just my friends. They're all podcaster friends of mine. I know, and yeah, they enjoy the show. But for the most part, these are my podcaster friends who wouldn't be listening to the show if I wasn't a podcaster and had made friends and all the bullshit. So, I don't sit there and I don't comment a lot and I don't do a lot of shit and interact with a lot of people. And me part introvert, me part also is being lazy. And I'm sure there's plenty of other people out there who are as lazy as me who aren't going to reach out. And so I can't sit there and fault you for not telling me what you like and what you don't like and commenting and doing all the bullshit and share and do all the, yeah. I'm not going to sit here and come after you for it because, well, in fact, I don't do it either. And I realize that makes me a shitty podcaster, but it's just kind of who I am. I'm the quiet guy on social media. I'm an eternal lurker. Meanwhile, I'm also a content creator. So I have this unfortunate problem is I have to sit there and create my thing and shill my thing. But at the same time, I don't want to be so present because, well, social media is a toxic cesspool of bleh, especially now. So it's just, yeah, I don't want to be out there. And I didn't want to be out there before, but it's really hard not to do the social media thing nowadays, especially when, you've got a thing to promote. But again, if you've ever followed me on any of the social media places, you'll realize I don't sit there and pimp this shit a lot. I don't spend all my time out there like, oh, look at the new episode and post, spam. I don't do that. I think I post the shit up like once or twice. And that's kind of it. And because I'm boring and I don't like spamming, and I realize that it's just, what you got to do, but sucks. And it feels sleazy. And I realize it's the only way to get word out, but still it's meh. So I don't know. I'm just, again, brain scramble. Today is brain scramble day. You're welcome. What have we gone through today? We went through the garden. We had our little garden moment. We're relishing in the compost. Podcasting rants. Fuck, I don't remember what half of we went through. I know A and Z. I don't know any of the letters in between. But that's, my brain. And this is probably the most old school of an episode as I've done in a long time. My brain is a jumbling mess today. And I don't have a direction and I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just blah, blah, and blah, blah, blah. Sorry. I've seen fucking Hotel Transylvania too many times. Blah, blah, blah. I don't go blah, blah, blah. I only say blah, blah, blah when I'm saying I don't say blah, blah, blah. Whatever the fuck. I think it was the second movie. Oh, that whole fucking thing. Yeah. But those movies didn't suck. I'll admit it. They didn't suck. But, I guess because we've had a bunch of stuff going on and thoughts and stuff. And I will say that, like, my wife and I laugh about fate. And the universe has a funny way of being really obvious as fuck with what it does for us, and how we play into the universe. And it's always funny when something happens and it sucks, and then something else happens, and if it weren't and which requires us or necessitates us to interact, like something happens and then something else happens that affects us, and if it weren't for the first shitty thing happening, we would not be in the position to do what we had to do for the second thing. And I'm being vague as fuck here because a lot of it is personal stuff that it's not my business to discuss. But just the general, it seems to happen to us a lot. Like, oh, this happened. Like, oh, we just lost a pet and then this happened. Or like, I don't fucking know. Like, oh, we just got a credit card extension and then boom, something breaks on the car. So, hey, now we can afford to fix that thing on the car. Shit like that happens. Or the other way around. Like, oh, this fucking broke. Or I don't know, shit like that. You never know. And it always seems that stuff like that always happens to us, that it's really obvious when we are needed or something changes in our universe. It's really obvious. Like, the universe likes playing with us, and it's really kind of funny. And yes, it's me being all woo and, but that is the life I live. So yeah, it's funny. And we laugh about things like that as much as it's annoying as fuck. That when you don't pay into your karma kicks you in the ass. But when you're doing good things and you're being a good person, at least in my life, in our experience, we notice the good things that come to us. We're very aware of the effects of our karma on ourselves and doing the things, or just the universe deciding to play chess, and we happen to be some neon sparkly pieces or whatever the fuck that it's really obvious what's going on. I don't know. Again, brain scramble, being woo. But yeah, life is funny. And life has, and the world and the universe has a funny way of making sure you are there when it needs you to be there. I'll just say that. Damn it. I'm supposed to be trying to be funny. Fuck. Funny. A man walks into a bar. Nope. An Irishman walks out of a bar. Haha. Much better joke. Okay. When I'm resulting to probably the oldest Irish joke in the book, I think I'm done for the night. Short show. If you like more rambling, let me know. Again, I'm not twisting your arm or anything, but it helps me know. Do we want to go back to more news? Do we want to stick with more ramblings? Do you guys give a shit about my podcast recommendations? Yeah, what the hell? I don't know what I'm going to be able to get back to doing interview stuff, because just recording availability and scheduling and family time and everything, especially with my wife working from home, I can't do stuff. You know, I've talked about it. So I don't know when I'm going to be able to do guests again, or when I could guest anywhere. I don't know. It's really a predicament right now. But in the meantime, you're probably going to get more ramblings, maybe more or less news. I don't know. I'm going to keep posting weird news bullshit in the Oddballs Facebook group. So you need to go there. Links in the show notes as always, and at oddadoutpodcast.com. I think it may even be like /group. I don't even remember. I have to look. It's been a long time. But it's there. And I'm rambling through what could be the outro right now. I don't know, because I have to put the music in. Are you hearing music right now? Do you know? If you're hearing music right now, this is the outro. But I do want to say thank you to my awesome patrons, for Derek and the Rolling Misadventures crew, Chris from Play Comics, Heather from Sunshine and Power Cuts, and Lisa and Sam from I Shake My Head. And thank you for all of you guys, because I've recently gotten a bunch of fucking stickers and bullshit and stuff from everybody from Livestream for the Cure. And so it's really cool. I've gotten all that stuff. And all of you guys are getting your stuff, should be going out in the mail. Should be getting it any day now. I've sat here mailing shit. We should be getting some shit soon. But until then, I think I've told you all the stuff. Website, oddadoutpodcast.com. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at oddadout. ODOvoicepro.com if you want to have me edit your podcast or do a voiceover or read a bullshit commercial like I did. I don't fucking know. Whatever you want to do. And whatever you want to give me money to do for you in the audio type things. I'm better at editing audio than I am at speaking, if you haven't figured out. But anyway, enough rambling bullshit. I'm at the fuck out of here. Until next week, oddballs, thank you and good night.